Everything seems so concrete. The streets, the walls, the objects, the problems. The world seems to function based on visible causes and predictable effects. But what if all of this is just the surface? What if behind every event, every encounter, every coincidence, there is an invisible code shaping everything according to something you didn't even know you were emitting? Reality is not what your eyes see. It is what your vibration allows you to access. Science already points to it, and ancient spiritual traditions have claimed it for millennia. The universe does not respond to your will, it responds to your frequency. And that changes everything. It means that the job that didn't work out, the conversation that was lost, the money that always seemed to slip away, none of it was random. They were responses to a specific vibration. And that vibration doesn't depend on what you want. It depends on what you are energetically, moment by moment. The truth is that no one manifests what they want. They manifest what they vibrate. And vibration does not come from the mouth, but from the quietest layers of your existence. The most overlooked point is this. Most of your life is not consciously created. It is being shaped by patterns you have carried since childhood, by memories you don't even remember, by feelings that have been ignored. All of this pulses in the subconscious, and the subconscious does not forget. It just emits, and the universe responds. Quantum physics shows us that matter is not static. It is condensed energy. 99.99999% of what appears to be solid is actually empty space, where particles appear and disappear in microseconds. This means that the structure of reality is not fixed. It is mutable. And the mold for this mutation is within you. Imagine that your body is a transmitter. Your thoughts are electrical sparks. Your emotions are powerful magnets. Together, they form a signal, a vibrational code. And this code not only fills your energy field, but also travels through space, touching everything around you. This field can be felt by others. It can attract or repel. It can heal or stagnate. It can open doors or lock possibilities. And most impressive of all, this field can be adjusted. Yes, adjusted. But to do that, you need to understand something essential. Your mind is not your only transmitter. Much of what you feel, decide, and even attract comes from old emotional records. These records form a kind of vibrational base, and it is with this that the universe communicates. That's why repeating positive phrases doesn't work if you still vibrate fear, scarcity, rejection, or unworthiness. Affirmations such as, "I am abundant," have no effect if your vibration screams, "It's not safe to receive." The universe does not respond to the phrase. It responds to the frequency behind the phrase. This frequency can be measured. Your heart, for example, emits a magnetic field 1,000 times stronger than your brain. This field extends meters beyond your body. It changes according to how you feel. Emotions such as gratitude, compassion, and joy organize the field. Emotions such as anger, resentment, or guilt disrupt the signal. And when the field is disorganized, what reaches you is equally chaotic. That's why there are people who seem to have inexplicable luck. They're not just wishing harder, they're vibrating in coherence. And when that coherence happens, everything around them changes. Flow appears, coincidences intensify, opportunities come effortlessly. But for many, this state seems distant. After all, how can you maintain a high vibration when you're surrounded by difficulties? The answer is not in pretending, nor is it in forcing yourself to smile. It lies in recognizing that energy does not depend on external factors. It is built internally. You can indeed be in a chaotic environment and maintain a clean vibrational field. You can feel fear and still choose to vibrate confidence. This requires awareness, presence, and above all, practice. The first practice begins with awareness. Start asking yourself frequently, what am I feeling right now? Does this emotion raise or lower my frequency? Is this thought consistent with what I want to experience? These questions are not for judgment. They are for adjusting the signal. The second practice is to honor your emotions. Emotions are not enemies. They're compasses. If you feel anger, sadness, or anxiety, it does not mean you are failing. It means there is something that needs to be looked at, understood, released. Suppressing emotions is like trying to silence an alarm without putting out the fire. Sooner or later, the vibration resulting from this repression will manifest itself again, usually in the form of blockages. The third practice is to cultivate coherence. This is done by connecting mind, heart, and action. When you think something, feel it as true, and act in accordance with that state, the field around you aligns. This coherence creates a pure, strong, magnetic signal, a signal that the universe cannot ignore. This is what the great masters have always taught, even if they use different words. The secret is not outside. It is in the invisible field that you emanate. And that field changes when you change what you feed internally, with thoughts, habits, words, memories, and above all, with intention. The question is not, how do I change my life? The real question is, what am I allowing to shape my vibration right now? When this question becomes a habit, everything begins to restructure itself. Because you're no longer a passenger, you become the pilot. Not controlling everything, but influencing with awareness. You understand that you don't have to change the world to change your experience. Just adjust your field. It can start right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. Feel your body. Notice which emotion is most present. Don't try to change anything. Just observe. And with each breath, choose to align yourself with a lighter, safer, truer feeling. That alone changes your frequency. And over time, your frequency changes everything. If this message resonated with you, click like, comment below what emotion you most want to vibrate today, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. You don't have to wait for a miracle. You're already emitting one right now. Nothing outside adjusts before something inside reorganizes. That is the basis of everything. And while this seems simple, it is exactly what most people forget when trying to change their lives. The secret has never been in the outside world. It pulses within the energy field that you transmit with every thought, every emotion, every sensation. You don't have to chase after the reality you want. You just need to vibrate in tune with it. But that requires something few are willing to practice: energetic self-awareness. Vibration is not theoretical. It is felt. It is lived. It is in your body, in your voice, in the way you enter a room, and how people react to your presence. And this vibrational field does not depend on pretty words. It depends on what is silently installed in your system. Therefore, the transformation process begins when you accept an essential fact. Your results are compatible with your dominant frequency, not with your desires, nor with what you post on social media, nor with your conscious intentions. What you create is what you carry deep inside, even when you don't realize it. And that deep inside is located mainly in the subconscious. That's where the emotional records are, the repeated beliefs, the voices you've heard for years and now whisper incessantly. It's not possible. This isn't for me. It's better to settle. These voices aren't real. They're learned. But as long as you don't recognize them, they continue to shape your energy output. That's why repeating motivational phrases isn't enough. Visualizing results doesn't work on its own either. You need to uninstall the old frequency and make room for the new signal. Otherwise, you try to vibrate wealth with the memory of scarcity still active. You try to attract love with a body full of rejection. And all of this creates a field of conflict, an incoherent signal, and the universe responds with confusion. But there is a practical way, and it starts with cleansing the vibrations of your personal field. The first powerful practice is conscious body scanning. Every day, when you wake up or before you go to sleep, close your eyes and scan every part of your body with your attention. Notice where there is tension, discomfort, pain, or discomfort. These are not just physical symptoms. They are energetic traces, unprocessed emotional memories, unspoken feelings, stored stories, and most importantly, you don't need to understand where they come from. You just need to feel, accept, and allow them to dissolve. Presence is healing. The body releases what is welcomed. The second tool is breathing with vibrational intention. Breathe deeply for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, release for 4, wait for 4. Repeat. This harmonizes your heart and brain rhythms, reduces anxiety, and adjusts your field. As you breathe, bring in the intention, I release what no longer serves me. I allow my energy to align. The third practice is informational fasting. Your field is sensitive to what you consume, not only on your plate, but on your screen, in conversations, and sounds. For at least 1 hour a day, disconnect from any external stimuli. No cell phones, social media, noise. Just you and yourself. This clears invisible noise that sabotages your frequency without you realizing it. The fourth technique is the use of hypnotic affirmations in the state between waking and sleeping. At this moment, the subconscious is more receptive. Repeating phrases such as, I feel safe when I receive, I am worthy of living in peace, my energy is open to the new, creates vibrational pathways that, over time, become permanent paths. But it is not enough to repeat. You have to feel it. So associate these phrases with vivid mental images, physical sensations, memories of pleasant emotions. The subconscious responds to the language of experience, not logic. And now comes the most overlooked practice, contemplating reality with the eyes of vibration. Look at your day, your routine, your environment, and notice what is vibrating loudly here. What is draining my field? It could be a conversation, an item of clothing, a song, a task. Vibration isn't everything. And when you learn to perceive it, you begin to choose consciously. This changes everything. You stop living on autopilot. You begin to build your life as if you were tuning an instrument. You adjust here, release there, strengthen another point. And the result is an increasingly coherent field. When the field organizes itself, the signs change. The external begins to realign with your new vibration. People appear. Solutions come closer. Opportunities knock on your door. And most importantly, you no longer feel anxious about it because you already feel that it belongs to you. This is the magic point of manifestation, when you stop wanting and start recognizing that it already is. The vibration of certainty is the most magnetic of all. But be careful, certainty is not rigidity. True energetic certainty is light, loose, open. It says, I know it will come in the right way at the right time with perfection. And this state is only achieved when you deactivate the habit of control. Control comes from fear, and fear generates a frequency of scarcity. When you let go, trust, and allow, the vibration changes completely. You leave survival mode and enter a state of creation. Creation requires space, and that space is internal. So set aside moments of silence, not just to rest, but to reconnect with your vibrational essence. In silence, the body speaks. Intuition whispers. Truth reveals itself. And in that inner space, answers come effortlessly. And the most curious thing? Often, reality changes when you simply stop trying to change it. When your energy reorganizes itself, everything around you begins to follow this new field, naturally, without pushing without struggle. Another fundamental point is the quality of the emotions you cultivate daily. Emotions are not just responses to stimuli, they are frequency activators. Elevated emotions such as gratitude, tenderness, contentment, and trust activate coherent, organized, expansive fields. Intense emotions such as guilt, shame, resentment, or anguish create chaotic, closed patterns of energy withdrawal. The tip here is not to repress what you feel, but to allow uncomfortable emotions to pass without getting attached to them. Emotion is movement. Repressed emotion becomes blockage. Fluid emotion becomes release. Make it a habit to cultivate high emotions by choice, not by circumstance. Wake up and give thanks before any reason arises. Dance for pleasure. Hug with presence. Breathe and say internally, everything is okay. I am here now. The more you do this, the more your vibration stabilizes at higher levels, and reality responds with compatible experiences. You start to receive more than you expected. You live lighter than you imagined. You smile without knowing why. And you feel that everything is somehow exactly as it should be. If you made it this far, comment below, what emotion will you choose to cultivate in the coming days? Like the video, share it with someone who needs this clarity, and remember, your vibration is already a creation in progress. Use it with intention. There is a moment in life when you understand that it is no longer about achieving something, but about being compatible with what is already there. This is the moment when all searching dissolves and creation becomes natural. You stop chasing results and start living as if they were already there, because vibrationally, they already are. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about ready-made phrases. It's about a deep vibrational state. And this state does not happen by chance. It is built, cultivated, felt. At the stage when your vibration is already clearer, you begin to realize that manifestation is no longer an effort. What you once anxiously desired now comes with ease. The right people come into your life. Opportunities arise with fluidity, and problems resolve themselves as if they had dissolved into thin air. But this magic has a name: real, energetic alignment. Being vibrationally compatible with what you desire is the secret that differentiates those who create with awareness from those who just wait for something to change. And this compatibility is measurable. It can be felt in the way you walk, how you breathe, how you respond to setbacks. It is in the tone of your voice, the sparkle in your eyes, the lightness with which you occupy space. Your vibration is your invisible identity. It tells the universe who you are, and the universe responds in perfect harmony. That's why the work isn't about forcing reality. It's about strengthening your frequency. This process involves three fundamental pillars: clarity, consistency, and confidence. Clarity is knowing what you want with emotional precision. It's not just about saying, I want prosperity, but understanding what prosperity means to you. How does it manifest itself? What feelings does it awaken? What do you really want to feel? Consistency is aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If you say you want peace but feed daily conflicts, your vibrational field becomes confused. If you want love but feel anger toward yourself, there is noise. Coherence clears the signal. It makes your field intelligible to the universe. And trust is the most magnetic vibration there is. It doesn't beg. It doesn't force. It knows. When you trust, your energy stabilizes. And in that state, life responds with precision. But maintaining this alignment is not automatic. It requires a kind of gentle discipline, a care for the invisible field that many ignore. And this is where we enter what can be called vibrational technology applied to everyday life. Imagine waking up and, before thinking about what you have to do, asking yourself, What frequency do I want to live at today? This simple question changes your course. It brings you back to center. It reorganizes what comes next. Next, take a few minutes to breathe. Breathing is a bridge. Each conscious breathing cycle is an opportunity to reset your energy. Breathe in slowly, hold, and exhale with intention. As you breathe, imagine yourself surrounded by light. Give that light color. Give it shape. Give it sound. Feel how that light interacts with your field and purifies it. Then move your body. Movement is energetic language. Dance, stretch, walk. The body was made to flow. Stagnant emotions create blockages, and movement releases. A rigid body blocks energy. A fluid body emits a clean frequency. Throughout the day, maintain small vibrational rituals. Use intentional words. Choose the sounds you hear carefully. Observe your posture. Observe your breathing. Maintain an inner space of presence, even in the most hectic moments. And at the end of the day, before going to sleep, close your eyes and ask yourself, what did I vibrate with the most today? The answer will come in the form of a sensation. This answer is the thermometer of your field. If you notice noise, don't judge. Just adjust. Breathe, give thanks, and affirm. Tomorrow, I choose to vibrate lighter. These small daily adjustments have a powerful cumulative effect. Your field begins to organize itself naturally. Your intuition sharpens. Your choices improve. Your energy strengthens. And reality responds at the same frequency. But there is an even deeper step, vibrational overflow. This is the stage where your frequency no longer serves only to attract what you want. It begins to influence others. You walk into a room and it transforms. Your presence begins to heal. Your words inspire. Your silence organizes. You become a transmitter, a point of elevation, a center of vibrational light. And when that happens, you understand why it all started. Because deep down, manifestation was never about achieving something external. It was about returning to what you already are, a creative spark with the ability to tune in, co-create, and positively affect everything around you. But be careful. At this stage, the ego may want to take control. I am powerful, it will say. I manifest everything. And therein lies the risk of a vibrational fall. Because the ego wants control. The soul wants expansion. That is why, at this point on the path, vibrational humility becomes the most important pillar. Knowing that you are a co-creator, but not the owner. That you influence, but you are also constantly learning. That you are a channel, not an isolated source. This attitude preserves your frequency and keeps you growing constantly. And over time, everything changes. Your relationship with time changes. You're no longer in a hurry because you understand that everything comes when the vibration is right. Your relationship with mistakes changes because you understand that they do not define you. They are just a field adjustment. Your relationship with others changes because you understand that what bothers you outside is calling for attention inside. And then you enter a new reality. Not a new home, new job, or new partner, but an internal vibrational reality where chaos has less space and peace settles in as a natural frequency. This is the point where life ceases to be a battle and becomes a blessing, and you feel in your body, in your improved sleep, in your glowing skin, in inspiring encounters, in ideas that come effortlessly, in gratitude that arises without explanation. You no longer force anything. You no longer pretend. You are, and the universe responds, yes. That is the frequency. Let's expand this together. If you feel that this message was meant for you, comment below. My frequency is my power. Like the video, share it with those who need to remember who they are and continue vibrating your highest truth.